Batik Nusantara pattern in design of mathematical learning model for elementary school, with author is Purwoko, Astuti, Arti, and Widiono from Muhammadiyah University Purworejo, Indonesia. Public speaking. Before introduction, my name is Yuyun Lestari, NIM 140141964. My present is 18 from class B 2019. Supporting lecturer is DRS Isa Ansori MPD and Moh Farisko Irfan SPD MPD. Concept maps. Number 1 is background. Number 2 research method. Number 3 research and discussion. Number 4 is conclusion and suggestion. The first is background. Teaching mathematics to elementary school students is a challenge for teachers. Characteristic of elementary school students who still think concretely and realistically require a concrete and integrated learning package. Realistic mathematics learning is possible because mathematics is part of human culture. The mathematics learning model that links mathematics with local culture is called ethnomathematics. One of the culture is batik. Model mathematics learning related to batik can be used as a learning to instill concept mathematics. Introducing culture to elementary school. Development mathematics learning model with Nusantara batik setting needs to be done. The purpose of this study is to develop a learning model that is able to integrate Indonesian batik culture into mathematics learning. The next is research methodology. Type study which uses this type study and development or research and development. That is something method study which used for product certain and test effectiveness product the Sugiono 2010. Procedure study this adapt model development AD, that is model development which consists for 5 stages which consists for analysis, design, development, and evaluating. Collection the data for this study use 2 methods, namely test and non-test. Non-test methods are observation, file notes, questionnaires, and documentation. Therefore, the study has both quantitative and qualitative data to analyze. Result and discussion. The mathematics learning model with Batik Nusantara setting is realistic and constructive mathematics learning that integrates Batik culture into learning. The final product are books, teacher books, student book, syllabus, learning media, and aids. From previous research and interview with mathematics teacher, it is necessary to develop a mathematics learning model with the setting of Batik Nusantara. After being declared valid, the mathematics learning model with Batik Nusantara setting was approved to 21 fourth grade students at SD Muhammadiyah Purworejo. Learning begins with the introduction of problem using Batik as a real method, then directed to find and discover mathematics concept. Student response to mathematics learning model with the Batik Nusantara setting were very positive with a score of 3.90, and there were no obstacles during implementation, so that it could be said that this learning model was practical. The last step, the research conduct and evaluating to determine the result based on the learning model that has been developed. From the evaluation of student learning competence of 80.95% and an increase after the implementation of the learning model. Therefore, the model of mathematics learning product with Batik Nusantara setting is effective. The development of the mathematical learning model with the Batik Nusantara setting has met the valid, practical, and effective criteria so that the development of the learning model is considered feasible to be used as a learning innovation. In this study, the process of mathematication and character formation is carried out in one lesson. Mathematication is done by dividing the class into several groups and learning motif as a method to find mathematical concept as solution to this contextual problem. Batik motif in this study are used to understand the concept of two-dimensional form. Patchwork batik motif can be used in introducing rectangular and triangular shapes and how to find the circumference and size of the shapes. In this process, research instills cultural values in the form of character in each batik motif by learning. For example, through the patchwork batik motif, we can learn to always improve ourselves because the patchwork motif has a moral message that humans must cover all bad things with goodness. Mathematical concepts and cultural values are conveyed simultaneously, so that this learning model can be used to achieve the goal of integrating the values of mathematics and Batik Nusantara. Based on the trial, the student response was very positive with a score of 86.6%. The final product of the research are model books, student book, teacher book, syllabus, lesson plans, and student worksheets. Based on expert judgment, the collection of test and non-test data as well as a limited trial showed that the product was valid, practical with a score of 3.90 and effective with a score of 3.93. The result of the study indicate that the learning model has met the eligibility criteria so that this learning model is feasible to use. Conclusion and suggestion. Based on research and discussion, could concluded that aim from studies development, this is for develop model learning mathematics with Nusantara Batik settings. Study this use AD, analysis, design, development, implementation, and evaluation for product main in the form of book model learning, book student, book teacher, syllabus, plans, implementation learning, and worksheets. Response student SD to model learning is very positive with score 86.6%. Product rate valid, practical in category good with score 3.90. Effective in category good with score 3.93. Competent student as big as 80.95%. Enhanced engagement after applied model learning, so that could say that model learning is worth for used as something innovation in learning mathematics. And this is the reference used in the journal. Thank you.